Hey YouTube, Lord Zath coming back at you with another replay in Zath's Replay Theater. And this time around, we're taking a look at the Tier 9 USN Cruiser Baltimore. Baltimore is one of those cruisers that's really hard to play, but if you can master her, she's incredibly satisfying. So let's see what happens. Important to note, you are top tier. This is 212th attack. I think battalion is the last part of the username there. And it's just basically... Oh, hold on. Gotta take some screenshots. It's a tier 8 battle. Can I pull... Nope. Oh, I'll get to the team battle stuff in a second here. Oh, I like that. This is the battle hardened camo. Very sexy camo. I haven't used any of mine yet in a battle yet, just because I don't know. I don't like to use rare camos unless I absolutely have to. Hey, that's a corgi flag. Yes, it is. Maybe I can do a screenshot to showcase the corgi flag. I like to do that when I see someone taking out a corgi. It doesn't really look that good though, so screw it. Never mind. Alright, one more quick shot here. I love the blues in this game. I love the USN cruisers, in my opinion, they look beautiful. I really like how this Baltimore looks. Alright, so let's talk about flags. We've got Hotel Yankee. This adds to 50% to Commander XP. Right next to that is a Dragon flag that adds 333% to Dragon XP. And right next to that is oh jeez, what is that flag? That is I so rarely use it these days. I'm not used to seeing that. That's the Equal Speed Charlie London flag, of course, to 50% XP. We've got I think it's called India Delta, which adds to 20% to damage that's healed back in Repair Party, which is a good flag to use for this ship. And we've got a Red Dragon flag, which adds 100% to XP and to Commander XP. And we've got a Papa flag that adds 300% to free XP. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a captain who's doing it right with all the XP flags. This is the first. We're on, God, what number is this? 25? I think this is Zath Replay 25 or 26. And we have just now finally gotten to somebody who gets it with these economic flags. So hats off to you. Zath is impressed. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, I have a nickname. That nickname is Smog because I am an economist. I teach economics, and I live this game by economics. So for me to see something like that is very impressive. So hats off to you, sir. Okay, now that I'm done getting excited about flag selection, let's take a look at the other parts of this ship that that 212th Attack Battalion is using. We have Damage Control Party Premium. Good. That's a duh, because that's going to allow you to get rid of fires, although fires are no longer as damaging as they used to be for cruisers, which is good. You are going Premium Hydroacoustic Search. You'll note there are no aircraft carriers. Aircraft carriers these days are very rare, so by going Premium Hydroacoustic Search, he's choosing not to go Defensive Fire. And so if he were in a carrier battle, that might be a problem, right? But he's not. So he's in the perfect position using this and our Surveillance Radar consumable. These two go hand in hand very well at killing destroyers, and you can see that there are 5 destroyers on the enemy team that he can kill. Last but not least is Premium Repair Party. Somebody else who gets it right with the consumables. I just want to say, if you're at Tier 9, Tier 10, Tier 8, and you're using standard consumables, you're doing it wrong. You need every edge you can get to win in those kinds of battle situations. So I think having the having that extra oomph, so to speak, from the premium consumables with the recharge and the extra use of that consumable by going premium consumable, I think it's just a no-brainer. We can see that 212th likes to admire his own ship as well, as he keeps moving around and looking at his ship from different angles. I can't blame him. I think it's a really pretty looking ship. So oh, I didn't talk about the ship at all. Derp. I apologize. So it's got 9 8-inch guns, two turrets forward, 1 turret aft. So that, in conjunction with the fact that it's a relatively narrow ship, means that he can go bow on if he wants to, and mitigate a good amount of battleship damage. He can get overpenned still, so he's got to be very careful if he does something like that. But that's a viable tactic. Also, yes, his AP is incredibly strong. You're about to witness the strength of the AP. Watch this. I'm calling double Citadel. RNG says no. By the way, did you notice how quickly he reloaded? He's running Steven Spielberg, or not Steven, Steven Seagal. He's running Steven Seagal, I think, and he is also dirty. And he's got, there's the triple Citadel, and he's got, yep, Steven Seagal. And so he's got both the turret traverse, which is expert marksman skill, and he's also got the expert loader skill, allowing him to switch shells with a 75% bonus. Now, what you saw there was him using his radar consumable to spot the enemy destroyers, but more importantly, to spot that enemy Fiji that was sitting in smoke. Unfortunately, his team is falling apart around him. I would be, at this point, running premium your hydroacoustic search, just in case other things come around the corner. Here comes a battleship that's going to hit you hard, I think, because you're kind of showing a lot of the side there. Okay, he didn't shoot. Why didn't he shoot? So many cruiser people get this wrong. Look at this. This dashed line on the minimap tells you where you will be detected. Okay? He's not being detected yet, which means that there's enemy ships that are either in smoke or on the other side of the smoke. Either way, they're not detecting him. He was in a really bad position. That Gneisenau was looking right at him. He was about to fire. He was showing a lot of broadside. He probably would have gotten citadeled or worse, but he held his fire. Very smart, because by holding your fire, you're preventing this guy from shooting you. You go dark. It gives him the opportunity to reposition. And I have a feeling what he's going to do is he's going to turn right and head south, kind of like where that dead cruiser is. Right? That's my guess. While keeping the turrets left so that he can hit the stuff in the smoke. Alright, he's starting to go. Now he opens fire there. I don't know why he opened fire. Ooh. See, and this is, again, if you had that hydroacoustic search going, you might have detected those torpedoes from farther away. That might have saved that destroyer. I don't know. But wow, 4 ships down already is a very bad deficit to try to come back from. Okay, I would be switching to the shores at this point. Look at the minimap. The shores is broadside to you. And I think you're tunnel visioning a little bit here on the Gneisenau. And oh, that's an Edinburgh you're shooting at. My apologies. And now you've seen him, and now you're waiting. Now, most people would hit AP, but you're waiting till that comes up, and then boom, there it is. See how quickly he reloaded that? Thing of beauty. Atlanta has pushed through. Atlanta is now a good target. Nice kill. Triple Citadel. Boom. This ship murders cruisers. Double strike? Nope. And that's something that a lot of people don't quite understand. Four people targeting him, 1 hit point. And he's being smart about this. He's saying, all right, I need to turn. I need to not be showing broadside to the Gneisenau. And he puts... I think this is a bit of a misplay here. I would have kept AP loaded, and I would have tried to hit that Edinburgh. The Gneisenau is burning right now. And I don't know that it... Look, let's put it this way. If you... Oh, you got it right as it ended. If he's giving you that kind of broadside... Don't be afraid to pour your AP into his broadside. You could be doing a lot more damage right now. You could be doing 4,000 or 5,000, maybe even more salvos with your AP. because he is giving you, or was giving you, a flat broadside. Just putting that out there. Alright, Gneisenau is turning in now. Baltimore recently, not relatively recently, but about maybe like 4 months ago now, got a RPF buff on its main guns, and you can definitely see that here. He's pouring out an awful lot of shells, which is just awesome. If you can position this ship well, you can really rack up the damage, and that's again why I said AP right now into his side would probably be the better choice. Pen him in the belt. Especially now that he's on fire. Well, he's turning around now, so I guess you can keep going with the HE stuff. Alright, high caliber. Switch to Tashkent. That's what I would do, at least. Let him burn. Your HE isn't gonna... I mean, maybe set a fire on his rear. I don't know. You're showing a lot of broadside, and you just got hurt for it, but you've got your consumable. And again, we know he's going to target the Edinburgh, but he's going to switch to AP, and then he's going to fire right where he thinks that guy's going to be. British cruisers are very slow to slow down, so because of that, see, that's a wasted shot. Because of that, you can kind of predict where they're going to end up. Your team is just falling apart, man. Okay, now he is doing the right thing here by pointing his bow at the Edinburgh. The Edinburgh is only going to bounce, or maybe pen his superstructure. Either way, it's not going to do that much damage. He's running his hydroacoustic search to detect any torpedoes, and we know what he's doing. He's getting ready to use his radar, and so I would say switch to AP as soon as your HE is loaded. I don't know why you haven't switched yet. I think he's trying to go dark, but that's just not going to help right now in this situation. Switch to AP, man. You are in range of radar now. He's probably control clicking that scout plane. Adds a little bit of DPS. Come on, dude. AP, let's go. Had you switched to AP and put on your radar a bit ago, there you go. Now you're ready. But it's almost too late because the smoke is ending. See? He's well within your range. Now, American Cruiser AP has really good penetration angles. And so as a result, you can Citadel and do a lot of damage very easily from a heavier angle than you might in a different ship. And you took a lot of damage there trying to get that last shot in. I would have stayed bow on to him and, you know, nailed him that way. Now you're going after the Tashkent. I'm amazed that the Gneisenau is still alive, but he is currently sailing straight into 2 Japanese destroyers, so he is probably going to get torped to death. And Tashkent is going to go down. Question is, did he get torps off? Gneisenau is basically dead. I have a strong feeling you're not going to win this. Oh, Merrill's is on the enemy team. Okay. Merrill's is part of SF3, which is a Supremacy League competitive team. They run tier 8s all the time. He probably knows his ship very, very, very well. And he's usually division with somebody else too, but he's not in this game. MIAC is also the competitive clan. I think we just saw him in a game earlier. Anyway, so the battle is pretty much lost. Let's talk about what you could have done differently. First and foremost, I think your radar and shooting at the initial onset of the battle was good. But you didn't put yourself in a position to really do much besides kind of waffle around here. You've done a lot of damage. You've gotten high caliber, right? Which is an awesome achievement to get. But it wasn't enough. And why was it enough? Because those 3 destroyers just ripped through everything. So my suggestion would be, in that situation, you need to be more flexible and willing to abandon the flank. I would say, you know, notice, oh, if you had your Hydro going, you could have seen that coming. Confederate too, by the way, nice job. I would say that you want to be able to read the map and say, okay, this team is dying over here. I need to move to the center. Where that Lo Yang is right now is where I would say you'd almost want to put yourself, because then you can cover everything in the front, right? And anything up here gets spotted and killed, especially destroyers. I'm going to slow down because I think you're going to die soon. You have your ship kitted out for anti-destroyer duty. So why are you shooting battleships first? Oh, excuse me. That's my first question for you. I know you wanted to burn down that Gneisenau. Again, AP into the side would have done wonders, but you didn't do it. You did a wonderful job of killing cruisers, which this ship, I mean, admittedly does awesomely. Wonderful job. Amazing. Not enough. You're kitted out for destroyers. Help your destroyers kill theirs. Tell them. Communicate in chat. Say, guys, I am anti-destroyer. Who wants me with them? Seriously, ask your team that. And maybe you'll get a destroyer buddy that'll be like, oh, dude, I got a Baltimore behind me. And suddenly, he's willing to work with you. You communicate with him. He smokes you up. You radar for him. The 2 of you guys kill everything, and all of a sudden, you win. You see where I'm going with this. I think that was a bit of a misplay, too. Don't be afraid to communicate with your team. Yeah, so those are my 3 suggestions for you as my cell phone goes off. Once again, don't be afraid to change directions if it doesn't look like you're doing too well on that flank, or if the other flank is falling, I should say. 2, ammo selection. You did great job with your ammo selection against the cruisers, against battleships. Recognize when ships are broadside to you. You've got Steven Seagal. You've got the ability to ammo switch. Switch your ammo. Nail him in that broadside. It only takes you a second to switch, or like less than 2 seconds to switch to AP. Punish that broadside. Get him down. And then when he turns away from you, then you can, pepper with HE, which you eventually burned him down. The reason I'm getting at this is because that Gneisenau would have been dead probably a minute earlier had you AP'd him into the side. And then the third thing I would say is communicate with your team, work with your destroyers. You are not a lone wolf ship. All right? Part of the reason you did the damage, part of the reason why you got those achievements is because the other people around you made better targets than you, and got focused and died. And you basically were able to live and do the damage that you did. So, I want to say 212th Attack Battalion, thank you for sending in this replay, and I appreciate it. And guys, as always, comment, like, subscribe, all that good YouTube junk, and more importantly, send me your replays and let me comment on your game. What can I do for you? I want to help. I want to help the community. I want to help grow the player base, and this is a phenomenal game, and let's do something to improve it. So let's watch this final easy kill on the Lo Yang, and then we're gonna watch 212th probably get wrecked by a destroyer or 2. And that's game. Have a great day, guys.